What the hell is going on in Great Smoky Mountains National Park? So on Father's Day weekend in the year 1969, the Martin family left their home in Knoxville, Tennessee, and headed straight to the Smoky Mountains. The group consisted of 6-year-old Dennis, 9-year-old Douglas, their father Bill, and their grandfather Clyde. The Martin family started their adventure from Cades Cove Campground, and from there, they hiked up to the Russell Field shelter. The next day, they decided to take it kind of easy, only hiking a few miles north on the Appalachian Trail to their next campsite, which was Spence Field. And sometime in the afternoon, the group kind of just sat down to relax. However, for the young boys, it was playtime now. And the grassy knoll that they were camped on was pretty much the perfect spot for it. Dennis, Douglas, and 2 other boys that were with them hatched a devious plan to kind of sneak up on all the adults and surprise them. However, unbeknownst to the boys, the adults were onto them, They kind of just watched and laughed as the group of boys split up in different directions. Douglas and those 2 other boys went to the south, and Dennis, who was by himself, went to the north and west, kind of towards the Tennessee side of the ridge. Again, they're camped right on the border of the 2 states. All the adults pretended to be surprised when the boys kind of jumped out at them, and rounds of laughter quickly followed. However, within no more than, say, 5 minutes, nobody was laughing, because it's by this point that everyone realized Dennis hadn't jumped out with the rest of the boys. He wasn't even around anymore. He was nowhere to be found. Dennis had basically vanished into thin air. This marked the start of a search effort, which would turn more and more into a shit show with each passing day. That very first night, a massive storm rolled through the Smoky Mountains, dumping down almost 3 inches of rain in just the span of a few hours. This would hinder the pace of searching the next morning and also potentially cover up important clues and evidence about where Dennis Martin could have ended up. Within a week, 1,400 people descended upon the Smoky Mountains, eager to find Dennis. Groups ranging from the Boy Scouts all the way up to the Green Berets, and organization was all but impossible. Despite so many people on the ground, this massive effort, Dennis Martin was never located, and in addition to that, hardly any evidence at all was found. Despite the biggest search in Great Smoky Mountain National Park's history, Dennis Martin's fate remains the Appalachian Trail's darkest secret to this day.